I feel safe in class reading because I just like sharing to my friends how I feel.
You cannot teach students properly if you do not know them. You have to get to know them on a little bit more than a classroom, experience. You need to get to know them on a personal level. I try to spend my nutrition breaks in my classroom as much as I can, to give them the opportunity to come in on their own to talk. Some are not even bold enough to come to you to say, I want to talk to you about an issue. But if you're there and there's no one around, they'll talk to you.
Miss Aiken is my favorite teacher. I gotta trust her. Sorry. She knows everything, and
she really understands you and she listens to you. Like if you're talking to her and you're sitting on a desk, she'll go right across from you on the desk and sit down with you, she's a very kind person.
I do a lot of waiting, and then they usually come out with it, and then I ask comfortable questions. I think I have a sense of kids and the way that they respond. I'm very sensitive to that, but that's getting to know them.
This one is critical. The connection, particularly for struggling learners, between what I call grading shorthand, rubric levels, letter grades, percentage grades, and how kids feel about themselves. Think about this particularly the last time you returned a piece of work to kids, perhaps this very school year. How many kids getting back a piece of work from you, seeing that they've got a poor or failing grade, whether that's a rubric score, a letter grade, or a percentage, how many of them seeing, oh, this is terrible, I'm going to try so much harder next week? Yeah, right. I hate Cooper, I hate French, and I quit is probably the more likely response. If we have a single kid responding in that way, then we are not going to get the desired effect of the grade, are we? What's the solution? We'll give them all A's. Of course not. Of course not. I worked in a provincial school for kids with learning disabilities in Milton, the Trillium School. That is a residential school that kids came from all over the province. We were their last best hope. Please, Mr. Cooper, help us read, help us write, because we know that once we get out there, we're not going to succeed if we don't have those skills. An awful lot of those kids got to where they were because they were socially promoted for trying hard. I can tell you the kids we work with in that school, a true sense of self-esteem never comes from a false sense of achievement. Let me say that again. A true sense of self-esteem never comes from a false sense of achievement. Kids know when they're being lied to. So it's not about giving them all A's. What it is about is replacing an awful lot of the grades and scores with feedback. Because feedback always begins with what the kid did well. You mean I did something right, Mr. Cooper? Yes. Now let's talk about where the problems are and how to fix them. For struggling kids, feedback is a much easier pill to swallow, and it's probably going to keep their attitudes positive in terms of learning as opposed to the score. It's just affirming what they suspect. I'm stupid in French.
awesome.
Well, it really kind of helped me because it kind of showed like that there's people out there that want to push you and like trying to help you out and get through it. Like.